Hey there, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Live down here on the SIBO floor in the S&P 500 pit. Hello, Herbert, Kevin, Rocky Mountain. Hope everybody is doing well. It is a quiet down 40 points in the S&Ps today. The VIX is barely up. The VIX is up 68 bips at 1567 right now. And like I said, it is very, very quiet. S&P's now down on their low of the day, 39.75. So let's see what happens here. Mike Cook, Aladdin, hello, hello, hello. Um, could be some profit taking ahead of Jackson Hole and Powell on Friday. I think it's more profit taking just based on the outcome or lack of outcome between us and Russia and Ukraine. Right now, there was a lot of hope, a lot of optimism out there for something, and right now, um, kind of just looks like it's a lot of fluff and stuff. So we will see. But you know what, guys? You are here to see this guy right here, Mooner.
What's going on, Sid?
He is the man. Yes. Charlie Moon, folks. I think all of you know Charlie. If you don't, you should. He is the best trend trader I have ever met in my life. And for those of you that don't know, Charlie actually has developed and brought in an unbelievable AI system to his room. And so, because of that, we are going to go through some maybe buy the dips and maybe some sell the rips right now. So I'm going to bring this onto the stage, of course, before we get going. Hey, Kevin and Steve, before we get going here, if everybody could smash away, please. Charlie's not going until we get at least 20 likes to start with. So, Mike, you can let us know when we are up to 20. All right. I'm not sure where we're at right now. I see Charlie's getting his screens ready for everybody. Yeah, that's the kid right there. He 12 so far. We need 8. Thank you, Aladdin. He's not down here with me. Charlie is in Denver, which I will be driving through either tomorrow or Thursday. I'm not sure which yet. Yes, Charlie and I will definitely meet up and have some good times. So, here's where we are, guys. We're going to start with some possible buy the dips. Um, Charlie, I'll let you take it from here, but the three that I think you want to hit on, at least on the potential upside of what might be the next UNH. There we go. We're up to 24. Lululemon, Novo Nordisk, and ACN. All right. You
All right.
are ready to go. I think I'm
Okay.
going to remove mine here and let's add yours. There we go.
There
You
you
are
go.
up. You are up and ready to go, kid.
All right. So let's start with Lulu. Lulu's already started to kind of make their move, but they've rolled back. And that's what's really intriguing here is that Lulu is in this position where it's turning into a great value play. I think they're extremely overcooked right now. This doesn't necessarily mean this is the time to buy. I think that the appropriate timing could be somewhere in the 160-ish range. That's where we could see the effective opportunity really be presented. Now, for me, this is also one of the names that's been associated with UNH, along with these other two, Novartis, NVO, and Accenture. These are high quality companies. These aren't growth companies by any means. Lulu actually fits into this category that I put names like Apple in, for example, where they have this built in ecosphere of loyalists. And
It is definitely a loyalty brand. There's
yeah,
no
and
doubt about that.
if you think about their competitors like Viore, Athleta, and whatever these athletic brands, so to speak, or athleisure, where they're all in the same malls, generally speaking. But the only store that I see constant traffic in is Lulu. Now, I know that there's concerns about tariffs, but a lot of that has been settled overall. And for me, the margins of Lulu products are still pretty darn good. I think a lot of their concern is the growth story. If the growth cycle is starting to slow down, but like I said, and you know, you agree with me, the loyalist aspect is really important. This is a company that generates billions of dollars in sales.
Aladdin, sorry, Charlie. Aladdin, that is outstanding. Outstanding.
It is actually.
Lulu, Lulu.
Yeah, so if it does happen to break down a little bit further from here, I like it right around 165. I think that's the sweet spot. I think it could go down as low as 150. And I also am going to be watching really closely at this 186 price because if they're able to sustain and hold this level, that could give us a sign that it's trying to reverse. I think as well, if it powers up through 205 in the near term, that there could be a short-term breakout to $222, but I would be looking for a more of a lower end price to gain for a shorter term, longer term upside projection to take advantage of. And I think that sweet spot is right around 160, 165, and as low as 150 here in the near term.
Sweet. What's next?
Accenture is another one that I wanted to keep an eye on. ACN, Alpha Charlie November. Now, this one is a little difficult. This is not my quote unquote genre, so to speak. I like tech names, I like high beta names, but this is one that's definitely starting to come up. This was the zone that I was looking at right around 245 to around $230. I was expecting a bounce. It got down to 236s. It's starting to tear it up. I think the watch for the breakout is a push beyond the high of today, which is right around 257. So let's just say for the safety or just to kind of be safe, 260 break and hold. If they break and hold this level, well, let me see. Did it type out 260? Whoops. 260 break and hold. If it does happen to do this, I actually think it's going to make a sharp move all the way up to 280 near term. But the eventual progression is that it's going to work towards 320. With Lulu, I think the comeback story is going to be even much, much greater, and they could double up in price points. But I'm looking at around 100% or $100 gain on that one. Not as optimistic about Accenture, but I think that 320 would be the key spot if it gets above 280 in the near term. They haven't shown a reversal sign. This is a strong bounce, but it's a bounce that we haven't seen in the stock in 2 months. So it's starting to wake up, and it's one of those names we want to be attentive
So, Aladdin, that's for you.
of.
Just wanted, just wanted to everybody to see what Aladdin was talking about. We've had Ralph Cramden on a few times here. Now we've got Ed Norton and his dog Lulu. All right, Charlie, back to you.
All right, Novartis is the last one. Now, Novartis actually should be a little bit more bullish today on the Viking Therapeutics news, VKTX. VKTX is down huge right now. Eli Lilly showed a little bit of love. So for me, I'm looking for a break of today's highs. I think that's going to be really important. That's at 55 half. So I think that break can manufacture a run somewhere up towards $64 and perhaps even the gap fill. It's all about, semi-glutides and GLP-1s, and Novartis is one of those names that's been severely punished. It's got great upside without much technical obstruction. Eli Lilly has layers upon layers of technical resistance until they could really recover above the 50 and 200-day moving average. I think the easier route to profitability is going to be Novartis. They're going to definitely be a name to be watched here. Again, taking the haircut from 70 to 40 in a matter of a week and a half, I think this is one of those names that could recover very quickly. Will I do I think that it could get down below 45? Certainly, if it came down to this level, it could certainly go further. But I think this is now the time that you need to start paying attention as it's starting to get a little bit more of a bullish thesis, a little bit more drawn interest. And this is where it's really interesting because Accenture, Novartis, Lulu, they're not really typical names that you will see trending on social media from retail traders. But after the UNH jump, um, I just feel like these are the type of names that people are starting to throw out there in social media, and that means that they need to start being watched because if there's any positive catalyst, those stocks are going to jump really quickly, like UNH did.
Okay, so next we got a potential breakout. Charlie's going to show you what a breakout potential is and why he likes Elon and Tesla.
Yeah, so Tesla initially looked really good. In fact, Tesla and Apple were the uh, two big leaders this morning in terms of performance, but pretty much everything has just been kind of crap in the bed, so to speak.
Hmm.
Now they've had their struggles, and that's really where you know them and Apple have had their struggles in relation to the performance of this year in comparison to like Google, Amazon, Microsoft all time highs, Meta all time highs, Netflix all time highs, obviously Nvidia all time highs. You can even say AVGO has been, just roundedly outperforming these names, but they're really due. Now, most people have already kind of talked about this. This is a, chart pattern, so to speak, but this little wedge breakout, has been widely watched and anticipated and talked about. So we've had that little break and then that retracement back. And usually this retracement back is where we would want to take a look at this name for a dip buy. It's remaining above the 200-day moving average. It's tested this level for multiple days now. And that's the question. Will it be able to withstand the selling pressure that's coming into play right now and be able to hold right around this 327 price? They are also layered with support all the way down to 321. So if they're able to hold this price, I actually think that Tesla is going to come back to test 350, and that breakout is going to occur up to around this 368. Once we clear free from 368, this is a 400 or Elon's probably favorite
420.
number, 420 stock here
Straight
in the
to it.
near term. So, that's what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for that really positive catalyst, but really just that markup of demand at this key technical level. And if we get it, we should see it sparking up.
So what about on the opposite side? We just talked about a few potential buy the dips, although Tesla's not really a dip right now, that's a breakout, but the others certainly were. What about some stocks that have been, top of the list for a lot of people over the last several months? It's hard for people in general to fade a rally or to short into strength, or we call that, we have buy the dips and we have sell the rips.
Yep.
So what you
Yeah.
got?
Well, probably get booed on this one is Palantir.
Whoop. There we go.
There's been a lot
So
of
it's these
chatter
three right
about,
here. Sorry, Charlie.
yeah,
It's
there's been a
Reddit,
lot of
Palantir, and
chatter.
J-Bill.
There's been a lot of chatter about Palantir as being overvalued. It's been going on for months. It's pretty evident that they're a little beyond their, earnings
Over
ratio,
their
so to speak.
skis.
Yeah, but the key is what was it going to do? And we had this chatter about Palantir early. They lost this 169 price, and I said they're going to come down to fill this gap,
You
and they
certainly said that this
absolutely.
morning.
So
You,
we're at this critical juncture now. Will they
yep.
be able to hold 158? If they don't hold 158, they're coming down to 152, and they haven't touched their 50 SMA since late March, early April. So it's a pretty big washout. And again, coming from 190 direct, this is for me. Anytime I see clean numbers like 190 evens, that's a pretty big institutional order. That's not a retail order. That's an institutional order. It never got filled. They couldn't get past that offer. They've been slowly breaking down. They're losing their short-term moving averages, which has been, exactly where retail traders have been aggressively attacking the stock. And then now today they're down almost $15 in a split. Like I think Citron's actually been tweeting about them, but regardless, I don't really have much respect for Citron. It's the fact that they
I
are.
was just gonna say, is he still relevant?
Yeah, no, not at all. And
Yeah.
this is like a very critical price because They fold underneath this level, they're down to the 50, and now all of a sudden we have all of these levels as potential resistance. And so this is where, the stock could have all these potential headwinds coming into play that maybe people won't notice in the near term. And effectively, it's showing nothing but bearish bias over the last few days because they keep losing these levels that have been highly respected. So Palantir's on watch for a run to 152. And after that, folks, I mean, I hate to say it, but 130 will be in the picture. I'm sure people are going to load up at 130, but just be careful about loading up too early on this one.
What you got next?
Reddit. I mean, this is another one where since their earnings date, talk about a incredible march up. I love this profit pocket breakout. Well, they exceeded that level. Now they're already back, and in 2 days they've gone from 253 down to 230. I'm watching this like 228 price. They lose that level. That's where they come straight down towards $200. So if you can't, in case you can't tell, the way that technical analysis really works is that these indicators are reference points, and when they lose their reference points, they are effectively losing key support. And once they lose that one, it's on to the next one, right? Buyers don't look for that reference, they'll be patient. And I think that's about where it'll settle. But we're talking about a breakdown from 228 down to 230. That's or 200 evens. It's a pretty significant drop. And if they lose 200, I mean, this is the downside is as low as right around 180, 170. So we're talking about some really steep pullbacks on a stock that can absolutely make those kind of moves. We'll see. If they hold this level, it's going to be a really good dip buy. Even if you could just grab it straight to 240, a $10 winner is a $10 winner. They're at a little make or break moment here, so to speak.
Yeah, so everybody that's in OpVol, you know that we've had a bearish position in Reddit since it broke that exact level that Charlie was looking at. And we rode it higher and we rode it higher. And we got out today as it came right back down to that same spot. And as Charlie said, that's a make or break spot. Well, I didn't want to hold on to that position since we got it all back, right? So it went against us. It came right back to that spot where it's, really undecided. If it breaks, like Charlie said, this thing's going to break. But if not, as he said, it could be a real good dip buy. So that's why I decided to bail out of our position today at pretty much a break even on that. And we'll find the next one.
Perfect.
What else you got, Charles?
I mean, I got plenty. RBLX is one of them. But, this one, let me just, sorry, I pulled this up.
RBLX or J Bill?
No, it's JBAL. Like, you can
Yeah.
throw RBLX into that. That's another one that's been a little bit on a god tier run, but JBL is a little bit more immediate for me. Now, JBL already kind of shown signs of a top. This was a stock that really exploded from 160 to 230, kind of out of nowhere. They double topped here, and as you can see, they're losing these key levels and losing this 205 price. Well, this exposes them. There's a lot of downside. Now, there's a small gap right around 180. But again, we're talking about a move from 205 to 180. But I think that, seeing this stock retrace all the way back to the 200-day moving average at 164 is absolutely possible. Just like it can make these big jumps when they get into this open space without much resistance. Well, the theory, it plays the same way when stocks lose support and there's no floor from, tens of points away. So this is one of those candidates where the market does break down. You're going to keep on watching. The 205 price, that they close below that level. That's where you're going to be looking for an immediate rejection and pressure being applied 200. And then it's that psychological threshold at $200. It loses that level. It pretty much is just signaling that it wants to go down minimum to 180, perhaps as low as 164. Again, when stocks kind of overreach and get overextended, when it goes up fast and it goes up a lot, it comes down fast and it comes down a lot. It's just the nature of the beast. And this is definitely one of those candidates that's big on my list for a breakdown.
Okay. So what is next? Well, you can always tune in to Charlie and he'll give you the dips, the rips, everything on his radar, everything that's coming up AI. And yes, we are doing another live one tonight, folks. Tonight is Charlie. Charlie will be talking about his AI system, dips, rips, whatever they might be, short term, a little bit longer term. I will tell you, everybody, I told you that Charlie's an unbelievable trend trader. And with the AI system that he has developed, he is just killing it. So, anybody that would like to join tonight, 7 o'clock Central Time. Charlie, I think that's 6 by you, 8 East Coast. There is a link up in the chat. I'm not going to read it, but the link is up there. Even if you're in Charlie's room already, you know what? Probably doesn't hurt to tune in. But if you are not, and if you are interested in reviewing the things that Charlie just reviewed, seeing what the AI platform is all about, tonight is your chance, 7 o'clock Central Time. So, with that, I changed it up again. We had Ralph Cramden for a while, but I asked Charlie today, I said, give me one of your favorite characters. Give me, Happy Gilmore, Caddyshack, whatever. He's like, oh, yeah, Caddyshack for sure. So I had to get Bill Murray and the Chipmunk there. And our word of the day for the wheel is Mooner. All right, and we might keep Bill Murray up here for a while. Who knows? That's actually a good one. I
I
was
love
thinking
them.
Happy Gilmore, but you know what? They should do a Caddyshack too. I don't, you know, I a lot of the originals are no longer with us, but they did Happy Gilmore, and that was actually really darn funny. So if you like those kind of movies, Caddyshack 2 would be a great one. You wear that kind of hat out on the course, Charles?
Maybe not camo, but yeah, I wore a bucket hat.
Totally. Totally.
It's in the hole.
It's in the hole. The world needs great ditch diggers too. Oh my God, we could probably sit here for the rest of the day and just
All
quote
day.
lines from Caddyshack. Oh my God. All right. Did you want to go through Roblox while people are putting that up there? We'll give
Sure.
everybody another. Let's Charlie will go through Roblox here, guys. You got about 30 more seconds to get your name up on the wheel. Okay, here is Roblox.
Yeah, so they're finding some support at the 50. It's been a little bit shaky. So for me, the price to watch is 108 because just like I showcased in JBL, and we talk about a stock that's just on this ridiculous run. They've doubled up in the last 3 months. They've doubled up their stock price. They took out their all-time highs on earnings. Since their earnings, all they've done is really, really work down. They've lost their short-term moving averages. So 108 is the price to watch. I think once they lose 108, that exposes them once again to test that psychological level, which is $100 even, and they lose 100, there's a lot of room, $25 worth all the way to the 200-day moving average, which would be the downside target. I think it's a great buy at that price. That aligns with the old double top breakout that the stock just did. That was the breakout zone, so to speak. And that ties in with the 200-day moving average. So there's your double top that was on watch. There was your breakout that had occurred. And so I feel like if it comes back to this level, it's also, that would be in the range of that 50% retracement as well. So there's going to be a lot of eyes on it. It's a key technical level, it's a key level of interest to Wall Street. I feel like if it does get down there, that's where you're going to want to take a really aggressive stance on the upside opportunity. But if we're talking about projection, losing that 108 opens the door for them to really come down to that price level.
And there you have it, folks. I'm just waiting on the wheel from
Aladdin,
Mike here so we can.
Aladdin said, "My dinghy is bigger than yours."
Aladdin, you were hot today, man. And you were some other comments too, which was great. And I agree with you. Happy Gilmore 2 was not as good as the first, but it was still really, really darn funny.
I loved it.
All right, let's get the wheel up here, folks. We got it going here. All right. I know we didn't have a Market Minds yesterday as I was traveling, so everybody is eligible today, and there we go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Justin, Karen, Kent. Kent, it looks like. Kent, are you in the house? I did see you earlier. Gene, I know VRT is coming down to some big support here at the 50-day. I'm pretty sure. I was looking at that earlier. Kent, are you in the house?
If not, I have his
Ah,
info.
he's here. Kent is here. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, Kent, you know the drill. You know the drill. All right, everybody. Totally appreciate all of you today, Charlie. As always, you the man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You said you're going to be on Schwab tomorrow morning?
Yeah, 9 a.m. Central. I don't know. They're gonna present me with the stock. I have to present them with the
Yep.
trade.
Yep. Awesome. And again, anybody that wants to see Charlie tonight, get a chance to learn about AI and ask him questions, Q&A live. Tune it in 7 a.m. 7
Please,
shows you
please.
how tired I am from that drive today. 7 p.m. Central, guys, and we will see everybody tomorrow.